Alright, yeah, I know, alright? I know all I've streamed is story games for the past, like, 2 weeks. But still. Okay. I'm gonna make a deal with chat. And that is, assuming I finish this case today, which I'm gonna keep going until I do. I'll play TF2 tomorrow. Yes, it's all coming back to me now. Ninja has gone offline and exiting host mode. That's what my chat says. This morning's trial. Yeah, Cosma is acting a little bit sassy. Gregson movements. What do you mean? What, obviously he's not completely innocent. Because, like, not even, like, 6 months ago did he leak information to the culprit. All the other hospitals in London have closed down. Yeah, where is Mr. Shelms? Cosmo and the Lord Chief Justice. Doesn't put you on Converse. What goes around comes around. Right there's good, I think. Maybe a little quieter. Okay, that looks good. And go see Prosecutor Asogi. The prosecutor's office. This is just Lord Van Zykes' office. Of course, yes. Let's go see the good prosecutor. Wait, so they're saying that... Is he saying Gregson is... the Reaper? chin? But she's dead. You know what, that would actually match up really well with the fact that there haven't been any Reaper of the Bailey kills for our defendants. It's because she's not in Britain anymore. She's in Japan. Or she was, and then she died. Which is the real reason why Sosagi, Gina, and Harebrand didn't die. I mean, Magilded was killed, but not by the Reaper of the Bailey, by Mr. Benedict in the last game, right? How did that happen? Van Zyke's lost everything. Well, not... Well, yeah. A lot, at the least. The Great Waterloo Hotel. Bessamika Toba. Surely he's gonna pick up on the fact that her second name is Wilson. Yeah, where the judge got to. About the Reaper. Definitely not like this. Biscuits! John and Wilson are both common names. Next conversation topic. The photograph we all took together yesterday. commemorative photograph. Photograph taken in the foyer of the Great Waterloo Hotel on the morning of Professor Mikotoba and Judge Jigogoku arrival in London. I want to have a look at the photo under the glass. Yeah, it's alright. I mean, if he's gonna carry out what he wants, then... The music just started again. Going back to Japan. Now. What is on the paper? To the crime scene. I don't think there's much else to see there. Mr. Vigil, though. Gregson's request. It was to create an alibi. It was to create an alibi. So people thought he was there, whenever he wasn't. Ninja has gone offline, exiting host mode. I know, I made that joke. I made that joke before you, miner. Something unusual. Last will and testament. No pens or paper. And it killed all those people. The Will's disappearance. The Asogi Papers. Yes? Back to Barclay Prison. Back to Berkeley. Let's not futter about with irrelevant details. Futter about. Courtney? Maria Gori. didn't come back here. We need to have one last talk. This is the most secret of the secret. Because, you know, people don't even know his name is Asogi, let alone that he had a will. The Asogi Papers. The last will and testament of Genshin Asogi that Mr. Vigil claims disappeared after the convict's execution. Apparently, Mr. Asogi described it as the only weapon I have left. I, Genshin Asogi, hereby request upon my death any and all material possessions and wealth belonging to me in London be delivered to my son Kazuma Asogi in the Empire of Japan. It is with deep sadness that I accept my fate in this foreign land, the knowledge that I will never see my homeland or family again, but I regret nothing about my chosen path. Never to mention the Asogi Papers, ever. Kazuma? There he is. Your disappearance. Your journey to Britain. Knowledge of the law. Well, that explains it. Letter from Britain. Who sent the letter? So that's why Kazuma wanted to go to Britain. Not only to change the law, but to find out the truth about his father. Find out the truth about his father. Do I show him the papers? Ah, the courtroom. We haven't asked everything we need to. No, the photo's not important either. Why are there bats in here? Clint Van Zykes. His name is actually not Van Zykes, it's Van Zix. Reader mode activated. The autopsy. I guess that makes sense, but I could have shown that to anybody and it would have probably yielded the same result, in my opinion. No time of death.
Bloody epic! Dr. Gorio, how original.
Yeah. The Karuma, the sword. I would expect no less. Okay, bye. Bye-bye, Kajima. Time to see the good doctor. He appeared. She's a ghost. Shaggy. Yes, why did you omit the time of death? Less drastic way to get her to listen. This is your autopsy. Time of death. The real time of death. According to the coroner, Dr. Gory, an accurate estimation of the time of death is not possible. Indeterminate. There were no electrical refrigerators in the vicinity. The detective in charge, Gregson. Just who was behind the jailbreak? Clint's autopsy. Dr. John Hitch Wilson. Professor Mikatova. I would love to see this autopsy report. The V records. Let's see. Van Zykes. That's strange. They aren't here. Gregson. Jones? That's the way it usually works, yes. I think we need to go talk to Herlock. The room on Fresno Street. Something different. Yeah, there's a box here. E.G. Well, obviously it stands for Tobias Gregson. Every Dick Dominari goes greedy eyes on it. That's our Gina. Day before the inspector was found dead. Shin. It's looking increasingly likely that Gregson was in cahoots with Shin. Me and the Hellhound here. The Hellhound. Uh...
Take that!
The metal trunk. Yes, the man called Sandwich. I'm gaming. I am the police. Gregson's trunk. Now, this is something I think I want to have a very close examination of. Blood. Passport. What? He went to France the day before his body was discovered. Named Bias Gregson, passport number ACD0522. Date of departure was in 1 week of October 31st. Destination, Port of Dunkirk, France. Purpose of travel, police business. Notes. Permission for the applicant and one additional person to travel. Jump scare. Oh my god, it was a jump scare. They jump scared me in this game. There's jump scare in every video game. I could have made this game better than Toby Fox. Hey Lois, I could have made this game better than Toby Fox. He died. I need to talk to Mr. Sholmes. I don't know where to go now. Oh yeah, we need to meet up with Iris.
Mit dem Schwarzbiergebot brodelt wie ein Feuerberg. den Schlund es mir verbrannt, ach Hopfen deine Wut. Her mit dem Knacker ich befahrt, wie ein Diamant. Den
Psychological horror tag on Steam.
es brach,
Psychological horror tag on Steam.
deine Wut. Herr, dem seid holdlich gelobt, und auf den ersten Streich alle Seiten es zerriss wie Ode an die
That's Professor Megatoba.
Wut. Her mit dem Schwarzbiergebot, brodend wie ein Feuerberg.
Here we go. Sherlock Holmes' latest logic and reasoning spectacular. The game is afoot.
Mit dem Schwarzbiergebot, brodend wie den Zahnen zwei es brach, wo über deine Wut. Herr,
Oh my god, it's a reference to the previous case. The King of Germany. His deductions just get more and more ridiculous. Girl, silence. Iris, you have poisoned this man. Am I not? Am I correct? Aw, poor Mr. Shelms. Thus concludes Sherlock Holmes' great deduction of this painful puzzle. Are they gonna keep playing this?
Brodend wie ein Knacker ich befahl, hat und auf den ersten Streich alle Seiten.
This is King of Bohemia.
Den Schlund es mir verbrannt, ach Hopfen deine Wut. Der mit dem Knacker ich befahl, hat wie ein Dieb.
Sherlock Holmes, logic and reasoning, spectacular. Hold it, Mr. Holmes. I try and make that more American every time, because that's what Curly did for some reason, even though Rinosuke is not. There's just something about this which is so ridiculous that it's hilarious to me.
Her mit dem Schwarzbiergebot wie ein Feuerwerk.
Take that!
It's obviously the gramophone.
Oder wie ein Feuerwerk. Den Schlund es mir verbrannt, ach Hopfen deine Wut. Her mit dem
This mask belongs to the King of Germany. We can identify the true owner of the mask. Yeah, we can. It's...
Take that!
is Professor Mikotoba. This is so stupid. Also, I liked how Susato was the one to do the ending part. I think it might have something to do with her, with Mr. Wilson. It's unlocked.
Take that!
Killed! If you say so. The real reason behind Iris's silence is...
Take that!
Neatly flung onto his face, the teacup into his hand, and the scarf is actually a tablecloth. Thus concludes Ryunosuke Naruhodo's great deduction of this punchy puzzle.
Objection!
This just keeps going. Scotland Yard document. Take that! She stole the papers. Elementary. That's my favorite logic and reasoning spectacular so far. It wasn't hard, but at the same time, it throws the entire, like, everything that's happened over these past 2 games. It's my favorite. Honestly, that might be one of my favorite parts of the whole game so far. Or this collection. You made him vanish! That's one way of describing it. The autopsy report. John H. Wilson. But I won't be representing you in court. Clint's autopsy report. Final autopsy report of the autopsy report of the final victim of the infamous professor. The report was authored by Dr. John H. Wilson. Can I have a read of that? Clint Van Zyke's male, coroner John H. Wilson. 33, British. Time of death May 31st. Around 9 p.m. and midnight. Isn't that? Never mind. Observations. Death was a single stab wound to the heart, other than superficial external wounds indicative of a duel. Additional notes. Recent scarlet ink stains visible on the little and ring fingers of the right hand, but no document in corresponding ink was found. Autopsy findings. Vital evidence recovered from the victim's stomach during autopsy. Credit to Inspector Gregson for petitioning so doggedly for the autopsy procedure. No external trauma noted anywhere on the body. No internal trauma. What? He has to explain this. Yes, this is the same case. It does? The report from the autopsy of the professor's final victim is signed by Dr. John H. Wilson, who carried out the procedure, though Professor Mikatoba actually penned the report. Where is your partner? Professor Mikatoba. No, I haven't really. The professor killings. Who is Mr. Wilson then? Iris's father. That's not right.
So much happened that day that I barely knew what to do with myself. It would only be later that I'd come to realize how amidst the chaos I'd unleashed were all the clues I needed to finally unearth the truth, and that all the turmoil was necessary to give me the resolve to see everything through.
That's it? Don't tell me. No, that's not the end of this chapter. No. Don't tell me. Don't tell me. Really? The resolve of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. The what? Dude. Dude. I'm doing a funny call right now. Dude. Oh my god, this is such a turn. Oh my god, everything about, okay. That was my favorite investigation part of the whole game. By the way, the subtitle of this game is Resolve. Oh, that was so good. I'm so, like, excited. I really want to talk to somebody about this. Alright, fine. I won't remind her then. I'll stay in the call by myself. Yeah. I'll just stay in the call by myself. Not biting a guy. Alone. All alone. By myself in the call by the guy. By the guy. I don't know. Do I end the stream? I kind of want to just get stuck into chapter 5. Some other point. Oh, by the way, I got the achievement, the legendary pair, for finishing that achievement, or finishing that chapter. All right, so let me get this straight. By the way, next stream might be the final one. It might be the final Great Ace Attorney Chronicles stream. I'm not sure. If this is just trial, which is what I'm assuming, it might well be, and it might be long. It might be a long trial. But as it turns out, unbelievably, Iris's father was maybe not Dr. Wilson after all, but Professor Mikotoba. I doubt that though. I believe that probably Professor Mikotoba, Susada's dad, is not Iris's dad. I think Wilson is of importance. But hot damn. That is something. And then the case just ends like that. By the way, that never happens. That is never a thing that happens, where it just ends and then the next chapter is most likely just gonna be trial. That does not happen, ever. But yeah, I really enjoyed that chapter. I really, really did. It's not my favorite part of the whole game, I don't think. Okay, but this game, in my opinion, is much more consistently great than the previous game. Previous game had some pretty bad cases, if I'm being honest. Sure, the first case in this game was not very good. Okay, so to be perfectly honest with you, and maybe finishing the next case will turn my entire perception of the whole game upside down. You said Omori is bad. Oh. I don't even know what you're referring to, but the first case in the original Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, or Great Ace Attorney Adventures, I didn't really understand. And I still don't perfectly understand it, because even though I played it, it was kind of a bad start. Then that game went pretty smoothly. Second case was eh. And also, by the way, completely invalidated by the fact that Kazuma is alive in this game. Third case was pretty good, but once again, it was it was rigged for you to lose it. It's not really a real case. The fourth case, in my opinion, was terrible. Okay, fine. It wasn't terrible, but it was one of those cases where you could see where it was going. Like no one, the characters weren't great. And then the fifth case was amazing. Obviously, it was basically just a landmark Ace Attorney case. But every single case in that game should have probably been on those kind of stakes. I don't know. But this game has surprised me. I left the call because I was been in the thing for more than 5 minutes. Sorry. Just do something. This game surprised me. The first case in this game is iffy, and in my opinion, it's a bit too obvious, but at the same time, it's all right. Second case in this game was what was it exactly? It was, I forget. What was it? We're on the final one, the fifth one. So, first one was Susato's. Ah, yes, it was Soseki's trial. With oh yeah, the guy, yeah, okay, I remember. With, the little clown guy and, the gas meters. I will get back to you on that. Honestly, that case, it wasn't my favorite, but it was good. It was definitely decent. Maybe on the same level as something like... It's probably better than case 4 of the original game. Because I don't really know. It's kind of in the middle. It's not really that great. Third one was... Ugh, how do I not remember these? I only did these a couple days ago, maybe a week ago. Yes, okay. Third case was the professor case, featuring the waxwork, right? Or not the professor case, but the case of what's his face? The one where Cosma comes back. What was it? I forget. How do I forget? The professor is like the murderer guy, like the mass murderer who killed the pen. Oh yes, the pen. No, that's the first one. That was the first one. Third one was, how do I not remember this? Uh oh yes, it was Hairbrain, and that case with the big machine and the big antenna and the kinesis. That was a great case because there were parts of it where it like lost me, which is good. It should lose you, then get you back on track. That is the best stuff. Turns out, Courtney Scythe, the writer of the autopsy report, is actually the culprit, which is great because they need to think of new ways to like invent and make it original for the culprit each time. It can't just be a witness. It can't be like. But that was a great case because the stakes were there, everything was there because you actually cared, and also it was a difficult puzzle to solve. And then this, I haven't seen this whole case yet, but this chapter we were just on was great. Start of it was kind of slow because they need to like build you up into like the police angle. Then you fight, then you talk to Kazuma. You see how he's changed from the first game, and how he's like he wants to get revenge on Lord Van Zykes, who is your Gregson dies, and Lord Van Zykes is the defendant that you have to go for, and it's like, what's going on? And then finally, after all that, you get into court, and Kazuma's just a demon in court. He's hitting you with objections left and right. It's not easy to try and think of rebuttals. And then you get shoved into the best investigation sequence after that. Because number one, it hits you with probably the final logic and reasoning spectacular, which is really good. Because it number one throws your expectations off what you expect, and then it hits you with a double whammy with a post credits logic and reasoning thing, and that's just it hits all the right boxes, and then it hits you with the twist at the end. The Professor Mikotoba, Sato's dad, was actually is actually the man called Wilson in the Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes book. It just hits you with all that. The stakes are amazing. Oh, shut up. You don't even know what I'm talking about. Miner wouldn't have known what I was talking about either, but he would have had at least a little bit of a grasp on it. But this game is... honestly, this game doesn't like have... Like, sure, cases in the first game are like to introduce the ideas. I think that's fine. But this game just... It kind of gets those... It just, since all the characters are already established, they don't have to spend like a whole bunch of time melding them together. And yet it still does that. This game would be great if it worked as like a proper sequel, and not as a game where you can kind of go into it new, but at the same time, like it's honestly, the game feels a little bit what's it called? Indecisive. Not like its direction isn't exactly clear. It calls upon things that happened in the previous game that you wouldn't know, like as in depth if you didn't play it, and yet it also brings up points from the previous game like you've never heard them before. or like the game wants you to remember, and it's like, either pick one, or I guess if it's something you would forget, but a lot of the time it's really obvious stuff that the game made a big deal of the first time. But in my opinion, it is a better game so far, and hopefully the ending is just as good as the previous one, if not better. But yeah, there is no next game. This is it. This is the final case of the final game, and or the final chapter called "The Resolve of Rinosuke Naruhodo." Catch that probably soon. When did this game come out? I believe the games came out in 2015 and 2016. 2016? No, maybe probably like 2014, probably 2015. That sounds more right. But the Chronicles, which are because the game was released in Japanese on 3DS, exclusively in Japanese, mind you. So this year they re-released the games on Steam and on consoles. You can play it anywhere, or at least I think it's on consoles. And now it's translated into English. So this is my first time playing these games, and I would have played them before if they were translated in English. But yeah, will they make a new one? Well, that obviously depends on the sales of this, but I assume they'll go back to regular Phoenix Wright. Considering after this game release, they went and they did Spirit of Justice, which is a modern Phoenix Wright game, to do with Phoenix Wright and not Ryunosuke. So maybe they're gonna alternate, but probably because of the whole legal dispute thing that happened with Sherlock Holmes, the fact that he's in the game, but they had to change his name, it probably won't happen. They are probably done with the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles series. So probably this is the last we're going to see of all these characters, and they'll probably make more Great Ace Attorney games in general, a lot more Phoenix Wright games. But these characters are probably going to be shelved, considering it's been about 6 years since the last game they were in. And mind you, it's been a ride. It's been great. But I don't know why I'm wrapping this up, considering we still have one more case to do. But that'll be some other time. Honestly, what I wanted to do today was I wanted to finish up this case, then break, or then end stream. Then tomorrow do a TF2 stream, to get people back on liking me again, because all I stream is story game. No, Great Ace Attorney Chronicles didn't come out in Japan in 2016. The first 2 games, Great Ace Attorney Adventures 1, which is the first 5 cases that I played. Then the second game, which is called Great Ace Attorney Adventures 2 Resolve, released in Japan as separate video games for the 3DS. Then in 2021, they bundled them together for Steam as a bundle, localized in English, and with a soundtrack and a whole bunch of concept art and stuff for the US and UK and people who speak English audiences, as well as people who speak other languages. I think they translated it to other languages. So yeah, that explains it. But yeah, I was thinking about playing TF2 tomorrow, but that might not be the case. Anyway, this is I'm on to my last few streams. It's gonna be sad. It is sad. But I'm not gonna be gone. I'm just gonna be streaming less. And I'm sure everyone can deal with that. But for now, thanks for watching. And I'll see everyone soon. Bye-bye.